And now, our feature presentation.
Our love, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, help me receive Minister James Muhammad to introduce our beloved minister.
Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, with no further ado, I'd like to bring to you the Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we give Him praise and thanks for His blessings and guidance to the human family. We are especially grateful to Allah for raising up in our midst the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I greet you, my dear brothers and sisters, with the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. To Minister James Muhammad and all of the believers here at the West Side Mosque, Mosque number 2B. I'm very happy and honored to be here. I know it was rather impromptu, but I decided this morning at approximately 10 o'clock that I should come here tonight just to see you and to help you through any difficulty that you may be having. The West Side is a very important side of Chicago because it is the side that gets the least amount of attention, because the quality of life of our people on the West Side is less than what it should be. Sometimes when people do not have an abundance of wealth, or they don't seem to be as successful or as educated or as important as others, the people themselves begin to think of themselves as others think of them. And it would be a tragic mistake for the people of the West Side to ever think that they are less than anybody else in the city of Chicago or in the United States of America, because the West Side probably has some of the strongest and best human beings that there are in the whole of the United States of America. The West Side, to me, is peopled by many of our families from the South who fled the South looking for some form of economic stability in the big city, mainly from Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas. But Mississippi, mainly because the oppression and the suffering of our brothers and sisters in Mississippi and Georgia and Alabama, Louisiana, is worse than it has been in any state in the United States of America. So those who suffer the most are the toughest and the strongest. It's just natural. It is natural. That's the way God has fixed it. The stronger the oppression, the greater the leadership that will come out from under that oppression. The greater the suffering, the more militant the people. That's why the West Side should never be ignored. And the wise, I'm speaking of the enemy now, does not ever want to see Islam flourish on the west side of Chicago, because you absolutely will replace anything that's on the south, north, or east side of the city. You're just that powerful. I'm not saying that because I'm on the west side. It's just a fact that your suffering and your roots make you very, very powerful potentially, and the enemy knows this. Minister James was given a chance as a stellar football giant to make an awful lot of money as a professional athlete. He gave it up to become a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That impressed me. I didn't know how good he actually was as a football player, but you know that if he signed with any professional team, he had to be the best of the best in order to be a part of the NFL. But he gave that up because he heard a message that he felt could deliver his people. And so he came into the nation and helped me in Indianapolis, Indiana. And then later, after a stumble, we wanted him to come to Chicago, that he could grow here in this city, which is headquarters, with his minister and other laborers, that he might render a great service to the cause of Islam. And he came over to the west side, and the west side began to grow at a very fast pace. Now, when you grow like that, it's not like church. Churches can grow, and the enemy won't pay that the kind of attention, except that the pastor is considered a radical preacher. Now, if he's a radical preacher that's going to preach against the evil conditions that persist in the black community, and they're going to pay good attention to him. But most of the time, as long as you come on Sundays and sing in the choir and pay your tithes and don't make no waves, that's a good church. But see, the mosque is not like that. The mosque is a training ground for leadership, male and female, to change the realities of black life. That our life that has been fashioned by 400 years of oppression may be refashioned according to the will of God. And so, Brother James was making such fast progress. He drew the attention not only of believers, but he drew the attention of Satan. You can't be successful and not draw Satan's attention. Because, you know, Satan is always upset at somebody taking souls away from him. So I'm saying that to say, where's Brother Teddy go?